be covering how to create a channel and how to use that channel to catch potential breakouts. So to begin with, there are 3 different types of channels to look for in the market. The first type of channel is called an ascending channel. Or you can refer to it as an up channel. The second type of channel is called a descending channel. And you can refer to it as a down channel. And the third type of channel to look for is simply called a sideways channel. And this is where price is simply ranging. So for demonstration purposes, I have silver pulled up on an hourly chart, and I've spotted 3 ascending channels that resulted in major breakouts. The first one is right here. The second one is right here. And the third one is right here. Alright, so if we zoom in to this area right here, we're going to go ahead and pretend that none of this price action has taken place. So we're going to be right here. Now, when I create my trend lines, I use the bodies and the wicks. Most of the time I use the wicks, but I'll use the bodies as well. Now, I'll never use both, like a wick and a body, to create a trend line, but I will use all wicks or all bodies. So, if you all know about trend lines, you'll know that 2 points create a trend line and 3 points confirm it. So we're going to go ahead and create a trend line. And you'll notice that we can go 1 point here, 1 point here, which would have actually created our trend line. So we'll go ahead and create it. And then you'll notice that price touches again right here, again right here, again right here, and so on. So it touched that trend line multiple times, but after it touched the 3rd time, that would have confirmed our trend line. So right here, I would have started another one. That would have been our 2nd point, so that would have actually created the trend line. And then you'll notice that this 3rd point right here would have confirmed our trend line. Now, this right here is considered a channel. However, there's a tool on TradingView that you can use to create that same channel. It's right here under Parallel Channel. So using those same points, I'm going to create that channel. So this right here is known as an ascending channel because it's bullish. Now, when trading channels, we're going to use the top of the channel when it's bullish to act as resistance, and we're going to use the bottom to act as support. Same goes when we're trading descending channels and sideways channels. So right here, again, this point would have created our trend line. This point would have confirmed it. So we're going to focus from this point on. So we notice that this point right here, the top of our trend line, the top of the channel is not only acts as resistance, but our trend line is confirmed as well. And price does what? It reverses right off. Right here, wicks off the top of our channel, comes down, and then right here is where we actually catch a breakout, a major breakout. And price goes all the way from 13,853 to about 14,223. So that would have been the first channel. Now, the second channel would have been right here. And again, we have 1, 2, 3 points that would have confirmed our trend line. And 1, 2 points right here that would have created it. At the top, 1, 2 points that would have created our trend line. The third point right here would have confirmed it. So I'm going to go ahead and use the parallel channel tool again to create that channel. So the bottom of the channel acts as support. As we notice here, price reverses and bounces off. Right here and right here as well. The top acts as resistance, reverses off right here, reverses off. And right here is where we actually catch our breakout. We notice price breaks out from 13, around that 13,830-ish area, all the way to about the 14,110 area. So that would have been our second ascending channel. Our third one would have been right here. We notice multiple wicks right here where we could create a trend line. And then at the top as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use the parallel channel tool to create it. And then what do we notice? We catch our breakout right here. Now the breakout goes from about 14 to 80-ish area all the way down to about the 13,864 area. Now, since I have these ascending channels created, what I want to do is, if you've already watched the video, pivot point standard that I created, you'll know what I'm talking about when I use some terminology and I pull up this indicator. But for the breakouts, this is how I measure how long I want to keep that order open after I catch the breakout. So I'm going to go ahead and go to indicators. I'm going to pull up pivot point standard. I already had it pulled up. Let me find my 3 channels. Okay, there they are. Apologize. Technical errors with TradingView. Possibly user errors. Alright, so on this first breakout, I would have been looking to target, since it was a bullish breakout, I'd have been looking to target this pivot point right here, which we noticed that it hit. On this second ascending channel, again, since it was bullish, I would have been looking to target the pivot point. And the only reason I'm targeting the pivot point is because that's the closest line as far as using support, resistance, or pivot points that, this breakout is going in the area of the pivot point. That's why I would have targeted it. I'll give you an example right here. Price had a bearish breakout, so right here, I would have looked to target not only the pivot point, but the first level of support. Because again, if you would have watched the video on pivot point standard, you would remember that I said that a pivot point is an area where price can change from bullish to bearish and bearish to bullish. And it just gives you an idea. That's not always necessarily what happens, but that pivot point gives you an idea of where that can happen. For instance, you'll see it right here, went all the way up to the pivot point, and then came back down. Right here, however, not only broke out, but it hit the pivot point and broke through 2 levels of support. So that's how I target where I'm going to go, and as far as, how long I'm going to keep my order open when I catch these breakouts. Alright, so I have a descending channel pulled up on gold. As everyone knows, I love trading gold. Alright, and sometimes I'll create these channels just to give me an idea of where price is ranging and where it can break out. Now, if you properly want to create a channel, then you'll create 2 trend lines, one that'll act as support, one that'll act as resistance, and they have to be trend lines that are confirmed. Sometimes I'll sit there and I will just take the parallel channel tool, and I would go like this. Something like that. Just to give me an idea of where price is ranging and where it can break out. So this area right here would have been an area where I would have looked for price to break out, and it did. Let me see here. Again, right here, I would have created one. Something that just goes like that. This would have been a good sideways channel. And they don't have a tool for a sideways channel, so you just have to use 2 horizontal rays. You'll notice that in the sideways channel, price was ranging and then broke out right here from about the 1235 area all the way to about 1262 for almost 300 pips. And you can literally do this all day long. Some of them would be smaller, not necessarily ones that I would take, but You can do something like this. You know, and catch that breakout right there. Right here, I'd probably create sideways channel. And again, price eventually is going to have a breakout, whether it be above or below this channel. So that right there would be a good sideways channel. But this gives you an idea of how to trade channels and how to use channels to catch potential breakouts. I hope this video helps. I hope it, along your trading journey, you can use these channels to find and catch breakouts. I've caught a ton of them. This is, one of my main breakout strategies that I use. Something very simple that's not complicated at all. That basically anyone can use if you understand how to actually draw trend lines and how to plot them. But thank you very much.